Hi there, it's Luke. This is episode 1 of the VA mini-series that I'm bringing. This video is aimed for the virtual assistant that has been hired by the Amazon seller, the business owner, as a sort of how-to guide on little aspects within Amazon that a virtual assistant can do or may be required to do for, basically on behalf of the business owner. And this is going to be like a video tutorial for them to follow, or for yourself to follow, if you are the VA, to then be able to implement this within someone else's Amazon business. I will be showing you, everything I'm showing you on this screen will be within my own login, but you will also get remote access for your own, for your own seller's login for their system, which would look identical to this. So this is actually going to look exactly like how you would see it, and it's literally going to be a guide of how to do certain aspects within Amazon that you may be asked to do. So what we are going to start off, this first episode is to do with infantry adjustments. Now if you want to know how to get to the infantry adjustments screen, once you're in your account, and it may be that you don't have all these settings up here, all these links, because you may only be given limited access, so you may not see all of these. But what you want to do is you want to go to reports and then click the fulfillment by Amazon, and I'll just show you once you click that, like so. It will take you to this screen, and it will automatically take you to customer concessions as a default. Now you want to go under infantry, show more, and then into infantry adjustments right here. It's going to be a very simple video for the first video, and so will the future videos. So between 5 minutes and 15 minutes, depending on the actual task. But to start off, we're going to go very simple in terms of the task I'll be showing you how to do. So you'll see here, once you're in this page, what you can see down here is inventory, and some of this information will be blocked out. So it would most probably be the actual title of the products here. But you don't really need to know what the actual items are. This is just showing you. But you actually want to use the sort of bits down here. Now what this actually shows you is changes to stock, to items within Amazon itself that you are unaware of, or that is happening behind the scenes. So for example, you can see here they've lost something. They've lost an item, one of quantity 1, and here they found an item. And what this is doing is changing on your inventory. So if you have basically on this account, you can look at all the stock that Amazon hold, and obviously over time things are lost or found or whatever, and it has to adjust within the system so that you sell the items you have, or that they know you have. So if they lose something, they should reimburse you. For example here, warehouse damage. That means while it is in the warehouse at Amazon, they have damaged it in some way, and they have then said it is now warehouse damaged. Same here, this is now warehouse damaged. Now what that means is that they are now liable to pay for that product because they have damaged it or broken it, and it's now not sellable. You cannot sell it. So they should, after about 30 days, reimburse you, which is give you the money back. But in some cases this doesn't happen, and you have to basically double check that all the money owed to you comes back to you. Now this is a task that I'd say should be done once a week, so that the amount of transactions like this, each one will be a transaction, is easy to manage for their customer service staff. Because if you send them months and months of this data, there's a lot of entries they'll have to check and look at, and they might take longer. So this is a weekly task that should be done as and when. And all you would need to do for this task, and again, just so you know, all we're looking to do is pull off some data off of this, so that you can then send it to their customer service staff, and they will then investigate if you're due any money. And I'd say 9 times out of 10 you always get something. So every week you probably get some sort of reimbursement for these items. It might be little, but it all adds up, and it's all your money that they haven't given you back, or the person who is hiring you's money. And this is a task that you will ask to do. So what we do is there's a view online section which just gives you the live data, and you can obviously go and look back here, but you want to go down to the download section, and you want to go to exact dates. Now what you'll see here is I did one today, and what I have done is each of these ranges are about 1 week. That's actually 2 weeks. I think I forgot to do it on one of the weeks because the virtual assistant I had at the time left me, so I basically had to go back and do everything myself. But you would say just follow on. So from the 24th, obviously, there's no point pulling off the same data as you already have. So you would then start here. For example, you can see here. It doesn't actually make it too much. Yeah, 18th, and then after the 24th. That one's actually an incorrect one, but don't worry about that. Basically, you just want to follow on the next set of dates, surpassing whatever you've already done as of the last week. And also, you don't want to be pulling any data that's within 30 days. So today is currently, as of this video, is the 29th of October. You don't want to, so anything within the last 30 days you do not want to send to them, because in theory they should automatically reimburse you after 30 days of something happening. So they will say to you that it is still within 30 days, you cannot yet claim back anything because it's not lapsed over the 30-day period where they should automatically do it. And if they see that it's not automatically paid back, that's when they then do it manually and reimburse you manually, which is what you're looking to do. You're basically getting them to double check that everything's paid properly. So you can see here, I went and did a search. Well, it is the 29th today, so obviously the first does fall within 30 days, but that I normally just to be sure, I'll always just do a couple of days sort of higher or more. So really I should go up to about the 30th or the 29th of the 9th. But just for this case, I just to be easy, I did it up to the 1st, just to make sure that I'm potentially getting as much back as I can as early as I can. Because you want to try to get back as much as you can, as quick as you can, really. So just to see, I did that. But let's say for this example, you would just, if it's the 29th today, you would do up to the 29th of last month. That's so that you've got 30 days in between from now backwards. And obviously, if you've not done this before, this won't be a week or 5-6 days. It will be more. But I'd say if you're doing more than a month, break these ranges, the data down into 2 weeks, so that the information you send to them doesn't take them a long time to come back to. You can send 5 different emails and just send a bulk of data each time. But anyway, we'll get into the data. So what you would do here is you go to exact date, so you put the data range in. So you can see here, this is where we are now. Go back a month. That would be your last day. So I did, for this example, the 25th, as you can see here. And then anything within the last month, they will not reimburse you anyway, so there's no point really looking. So anything that is in October, because it's not 30, if it's something here, it's only 1 to 3 weeks old, and they will say nope, it's not over 30 days. So you have to go to 30 days, which is here. But I would always just do a little extra, so maybe 1 or 2 days over the top of that. So let's just do that. Then you click the request download, and it will say in progress down here. And it will take a couple of minutes to basically do it. And once it's downloaded, it will appear like download like this. You can click the download, and it will create a text file for you here. And it will pop up. Oh, it will pop up just various pieces of information. It literally looks like this. So all I would then do let's go ahead and select the whole batch of information and copy it. Control C or Command C, or you could probably right click if you're on the computer and then just copy. You can close that, and now you want to go up on the top right hand side. I know you can't see it on the screen, but there's a button that says help. So you go ahead and click the help button, and this pops up, which is a little sort of contact us is down here, but you want to click this middle one here. You can see it's right in the middle. You click down there, contact us, let it load up, and it will come up with this. Now, they used to have a chats function, and you could get them to do it there and then, but now they have, well, it seems for most accounts have deleted the chat function, so you have to email the data. So you go here and click the selling on Amazon issue, and it will black all this side up, and it will have here. Now what I do is I just click on one of these to open up this left screen here. You can now see I can actually go into these sections and play around. But what we want to do is go fulfillment by Amazon. This is what you want to click on, and then other FBA issues. Click the email, and then you want to paste in the information. Now what you want to then do is above the information is write something similar to what I'm going to write now. So this is what I normally say. Hi, believe that I am due some reimbursements for some of these transactions below. Because you will find that not every customer service agent actually knows what you're asking. So just so they don't come back and ask you for clarification, just write a small message. I believe that I'm due some reimbursements on these transactions for issues like warehouse damage or distributor damage. Now that is all you need to see. So, and then please let me know if I'm due any money, any reimbursement. Now you want to use the word reimbursements and that you think it's due on these transactions below, and because they sometimes say, oh well, why do you want to know on these transactions? Now by putting this, because I believe that some of the transactions below will be warehouse damage or distributor damage, they understand exactly what's, you can see here, warehouse damage. So it does say they will go in and they will, all you need to then do on this, once you've done that, is go down here. Now I don't really want to, I want to basically ignore this because it's basically saying that you're going to be provided money for this, that and the other, and it gives you some information. But you just want to follow it down to the bottom and it will come up here. All you want to do is make sure that this email address is the email address you want the response to go to. So for example, it may not be your, you could do add CC, you could type in your email address here and also your hiring Amazon seller here. So if you are obviously a VA of somebody, you'd put in their email here and your email here, and that way you'll both get it and it just saves some time and you can see what sort of response they do. You click the send button down here and it will go, and within 24 hours, usually less, you'll get an email basically saying that they've investigated. It is a little bit confusing to read, but if you take some time you will see that there are bits mentioning reimbursements. Sometimes they reply in a bit more of an easier structured email, sometimes they respond in an email that looks very similar to what you sent them with with lots of numbers and letters. Don't worry about that. In theory it doesn't really matter what they reply. They should have checked every transaction and reimbursed you if it was due. That's the main thing. And if you haven't got, you don't get anything, you don't get anything. But it's over time, definitely over Christmas and stuff, and people that have higher inventory within Amazon, you just want to make sure you are on top of that. And it's a very, very simple task that you can just do every week, and it can sometimes give you, more than just £5 or £10. It can give you hundreds of pounds. And definitely if you're backdating, like over a year, for example, you could be getting thousands of pounds. But if you are going to be doing more than say 2 weeks, I'd say break these searches down to 2 weeks at a time, and then just send many different emails like this with different weeks of information or months of information, so that there's not hundreds and hundreds of transactions to go through, because it can take very long time for them to get back to you otherwise. So yeah, that's episode 1 anyway for infantry adjustments, and I will see you on the next video.